This is the supine pelvic tilt with both arm reach or bilateral arm reach. You're gonna be on your back, knees bent, feet in line with hips. What I want you to do is push your heels down into the ground and pull them back towards your butt without your feet moving. This is going to lift the tailbone slightly off the ground. You're gonna breathe in through the nose, all the way out through the mouth. As you breathe out, you're going to reach your arms towards the ceiling. What I want you to think about is the shoulder blades are moving around the rib cage up towards the ceiling. As you do this, you should feel your upper back go into the ground. So it's kind of this equal and opposite position. Breathe in through the nose, breathe all the way out. And if you breathe all the way out properly, what you'll see or what you'll feel is the rib cage going from an elevated position down towards this more kind of flat position. That's what we're looking for with this exercise. Slight tail tuck, hold, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. 4 sets, 4 breaths. This is a hip mobilization out of a bear sit position. So feet are gonna be slightly wider than hip width on this one. What I want you to do is feel your sit bones on the ground. Once you get that, hands are gonna kind of support you. You're just gonna gently drop knees side to side, nice and slow. Do this for about a minute. What I don't want is any pinching in the hip joints. If you have pinching in the hip joints, you have 2 options. You can straighten the legs a little bit more and turn, and that should get rid of it. Or you can go a little bit wider and make smaller movements. This is just to get the hips kind of moving this rotational pattern so that when we do start going into some of these guard positions, you have the ability to get to that instead of being super tight and then you actually have to move your entire body instead of just using the leg. Hip internal external rotation, pails and rails. It's the push-pull movement that we did in the workshop. You're gonna be in this 90-90 position, 90 front leg, 90 degrees back leg. We're gonna start with the front leg, so you're gonna lean forward, trying to keep the back as straight as possible. Find a little bit of stretch in the back side of that hip. You're gonna hold for about 2 minutes. Once you've held for about 2 minutes, what you're gonna do is you're gonna gently push this foot down into the ground, working up to about 60 to 70% effort. You're gonna hold for 10 seconds, and then you're gonna try to lift it off the ground. You probably won't be able to lift it off the ground ever, but what we're trying to get is this inside musculature to start pulling that leg up. Hold for about 10 seconds, and then relax into it a little bit further. Find a new stretch, push down, hold for 10 seconds, and try to lift. Hold for 10 seconds. This is the external rotation variation. The internal rotation is just going to be on the trail leg. You're going to turn the pelvis until you feel maybe a little bit of a stretch here. Some of you may not feel any stretch, and you're going to hang out here for about 2 minutes. From this position, do the exact same thing. Push the foot down. This time when you push down, you'll feel the inside hip musculature working. Hold for 10 seconds, and then lift. What I want working is the back side of the hip, not this front hip flexor TFL area. So if you feel this hip flexor TFL area, come forward a little bit to get that back musculature working. Push down, hold for 10 seconds, and try to lift, focusing again on this back side, not the front side. And then you do the same thing on the other side, external rotation and internal rotation.